Welcome to the fourth episode of Behind the Chain, and I'm with someone who really doesn't need any explanations, Mr. Elja Boom. Welcome and thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I noticed a trend of very interesting names in the blockchain space. Everybody has a unique name. What's the story behind your name?
First of all, thank you for having me in. There is not really a story. I just started this space 2009. I used to be a gamer. I used to play World of Warcraft. And that's the first time I've heard about Bitcoin. And we were basically boosting people, and they used to pay through PayPal. And I remember one kid, he came and he said, I have something called Bitcoin. Can I pay with it? Because I don't have access to PayPal because you need like a Visa or something. So yeah, I asked them Ventrilo. Ventrilo is like the Discord OG back in the days. And they said, yeah, it's like a currency, like gold in the game. So for us, we saw it as a currency. So I said, okay, let's accept it. So we start accepting it. And I had around 1,100 Bitcoin by the end of 2010. And then I sold all of it for like $300, $400 in PayPal, something like this. I can't really recall. And even my other guild members, they as well sold it to buy games on Steam. So yeah, we use it as a currency. We've never seen it as an asset, basically. And then I tapped in again at 2016 when the market was more matured. And then I start to see projects building. And yeah, then the story starts from here. Then I start working with projects either in the advisor level or investing level. And yeah, start moving from there. And I start learning from there till this moment. We never stop learning.
Who is Elja Boom behind the chain? So aside from your non-stop grind in crypto, aside from your personal brand on Twitter, what do you do in your daily life? Do you have any interesting fun facts or hobbies? Now we know you're a gamer.
No, that was 10 years ago I stopped gaming.
Stop gaming.
Because now I'm old for too much gaming because it takes too much time. I'm basically an engineer, a bachelor degree in computer and electrical engineering and a master degree in industrial engineering. I participated in one of the hackathon before, and I have a world Guinness record in ethical hacking and drones and robotics.
That's a fun fact.
Kind of.
Not everyone has a Guinness World.
So yeah, I work almost 24 hours. Nothing changed. I sleep only 3-4 hours a day. Even someone told me you're gonna die soon because I sleep mostly in the car. But I enjoy working. I'm a workaholic. That's an issue I cannot solve. And I recently started going to interviews.
Welcome.
Thank you. Because yeah, I'm a home guy where my computer is like my best friend, and we are like on Web3, so all the connections, all friends, everything is built inside the Web3. So yeah, so almost working all day.
Well, there's a bit of a cliche question on working to live or living to work. Where do you see yourself fitting in that category?
No, if I stopped working, I'm gonna have depression for sure.
Because in our space, especially, the more we work, the more we learn new things. It's just evolving 24/7.
That is true.
Not for crypto, what would you be pursuing?
I was doing my master's. No, I was doing I was always doing online businesses. And
Never worked any corporate life or internship?
only 4 years in my life. Because I remember back in the days, I didn't actually wanted to do it, but my father told me, you graduated now, you have a master degree in engineering. You have to find a job because what you're doing for him is like gibberish. He doesn't know. He's like, you're sitting in a computer making money that doesn't sound right. He told me if you got old and you don't have a solid experience on paper, you will never find a job.
That's what everyone tells us now as well.
Yeah. So I told him, okay, if you want, you find me a job. So he actually did, and I started this job as with the master degree. I started as a computer tech, something like it's like a very low rank.
Like tech support?
Yeah, like this. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
because I had no experience, zero. But within the second month, I became the vice president. And then I worked with a sister company of it as well, 4 years. I wasn't planning to resign, actually. But then Tobias Grafs, like one of my friends, he told me to come to Dubai. So I came to visit. It was a year and a half ago. And then he told me, is it the time now to quit? It was a really emotional decision because it was not easy for me. I got used to work
And you had something
with this
stable.
person. No, it's not about the money. I told you money is not the issue. It was the relationship between me and the founder of the company. It's a large company, and it wasn't easy to take a decision, emotional side. And then I said, okay, maybe it's enough now. So I took it.
I've read your Forbes article, and there was a very interesting mention on your social impact initiatives, on how you set up schools in Nigeria. Can you tell me more about that and any other initiatives that you took after that article? Because I believe it was released in 2020.
Yes, sure. I always say sharing is caring. And for me, the most motivation is not the money, it's the work. I like, especially new ideas. This is like challenge for me. That's what makes me alive, basically. So yeah, with the help of Keith from Nigeria, he's a good friend as well. We opened a school for 50 students in Nigeria to teach them how to develop for the young generation, basically. So we re-innovated an old school and we add the laptop equipments, everything. And it's there, it got announced. And I always do things, I try to always do things in the right channel, so I always use Binance Charity. So I've used it many times and I'll keep using it because at least you know your funds are safe in the right direction, basically. Yeah. So I always with Binance Charity as well.
Venturing into crypto, not in a sense of the World of Warcraft story of selling skins. When and how?
And I saw many projects were nice. Many of projects were, of course, we learn and we keep learning that this industry as well. Sometimes I even ask before, is it really the hard work or the lucky moment? Because you can just build a meme project that has zero utility and it can fly, but you can build something that actually add value, but you cannot reach anywhere.
It's all about the marketing.
It's all about the market. Actually, it's all about not even the marketing. It's all about the consumer, which is the retailer appetite, because they keep changing. And because if you did the maximum marketing and your appetite is, or the luck wasn't there, it doesn't work. If you build something, a very strong utility, but you are not backed with strategic VCs that they really can push you good, you as well gonna suffer. If you don't build a project that has a revenue income coming from the product itself, and you are not listed, let's say, in big exchanges in bear market, you most likely will suffer because you will not have anything to generate your revenue but selling your tokens. So you're basically selling the tokens at a very discounted price and you're losing your entire supply to survive. That's why what happened, that people cannot continue. And that's a cycle of learning because this space anyway is a new space, changing almost every few months. It's very hard, but as well it's an innovation. So you have to be there and find the right thing that will be the thing that can be solid.
With crypto, when you started, did you consider yourself an investor? You look into the long term or trader, just day trading?
No, I've never was a day trader, never. I look at the idea from the fundamental part and join. Of course, sometimes I go FOMO. I FOMO myself, actually, even though I keep telling not, but that's the culture. It's the culture. Wag me.
Degen.
So yeah, we degen a lot and we lost and we will keep losing. I'll never tell you I will never stop degening because it's a part of the fun and sometimes you cannot control yourself anyway. So no, I always look at the fundamental part and the vision and of course high risk, high gain, but you also invest what you're willing to lose.
But at the start, did the volatility affect you or maybe question your own decisions? Is this the right path? Or what am I doing something wrong?
It will always happen. It It will never stop. Especially like why we go far with all the years me in the space. Now we have the Ethereum merge happening. Some people are saying other projects will pump like ETC, whatever. Some people are saying there will be another one, like a proof of work again of Ethereum, so it might split the community. Some people are saying other blockchain will pump. So
as a crypto influencer, you're also one of the OGs on Twitter. When did you pursue being a crypto influencer? Do you like the influencer label, and was it by chance?
I don't think I'm an influencer,
Okay.
and I refuse that name.
KOL.
Even KOL, it's the same. I'm because people don't see. What I do really is a lot of advisory, and I think everyone is an influencer. Like, let's be honest. And I always even say big accounts, which you can call them OGs, they don't even sometimes have the effect of as a small account. Even the smaller account is more trusted because it's like a small community where he knows actually everyone and he answers everyone. And that's what I love, or what I've learned as well. Maybe I have it, but I've always remind myself with big names like Elon Musk, like CZ. If you find them, they are big OGs, but they're always there, answering people themselves, connecting to people. Yeah, and I think I'm learning from this, and I'm like this anyways. I like to as well answer people myself. So I see many big accounts when they grow, they start hiring a big team where they do everything for them, and that's the part you lose, becoming an influence or becoming near to the people because you're not with them anymore. Influencing is something you are close to people, so you can understand the people and support the people. And I think that's the Web3 itself, how it's working, in my opinion.
And any steps that you took to gain credibility and trust of your audience?
I don't even trust myself sometimes because I get FOMO.
Fair enough.
And that's normal. And I'm not expecting anyone to trust me. I'm expecting anyone to do his own research. If he finds something, he educates in a nice way, in an ethical way, so we can find a way to build each other. Because it's a Web3, you will find someone sitting in we call him a chat hero, where he can sit and just type as much as he wants from the toxicity, while he can actually just doesn't waste all this time and actually try to do something to build. Because I always say it's very hard to build, but it's really easy to be toxic. It will not take you a second to be toxic, but it will take you years to build.
I fully agree with that. Do you have any stories you can share from account impersonators targeting you?
I think it's normal for anyone that happens. I'm quite sure your account even sometimes you get it. So it's normal. They just come, and people just need to be sure that I don't DM anyone first. And don't get fooled, because it's happening every day.
Yeah.
And you cannot stop it. I mean, the most guy I think is getting now annoyed is even CZ. Like, rrr. I had one of my friends actually 2 days ago. He's not a crypto guy. He told me, why you're not following? He doesn't even enter Twitter, so he entered, I think, from time to time. He told me, why you're not following CZ? And why he's not following you? And why he's typing to you in a very weird way? I said, what are you talking about? Then I checked, okay, we're following each other. I told him, dude, what happened? Then he shared me a tweet. I said, dude, that's not even a CZ. Did you click the link? He told me no, but I just saw he's typing in a very weird way. I said, dude. And unfortunately, these people, most of them get targeted to these people.
For the scammers doing these accounts, it's a numbers game. If you have 1,000 fake accounts messaging millions, you're bound to find 1,000 other, I wouldn't call them idiots, I'd call them victims, to pay them this $1,000 or $5,000.
Unfortunately, it's happening in Web 2, it's happening in Web 3 anyway.
Oh my God. And with me, I got one fake impersonator, and Dubai Police E-Crime has a facility for that, to take it down actually. So I'm like, okay, let's do one. But the form took me 20 minutes to fill up. Okay, send us your ID, your number, your address. Let's verify that you're the real account, so we don't put your real account down.
Yeah. Okay.
So he called me. He's like, can you send me the link of the fake account? No, the form messed up. Web 2. Here you go. I sent it to him. The next day, it's gone. After one is gone, 20 more came up.
Yeah, that's the point.
Like
I was going to tell you,
bomb.
it will never stop.
So I want to move on to the reason you're here with us today. I'm a big fan of the project, big fan of the initiative, very bullish on the token, I admit. OKSE. So to the viewers who haven't heard of OKSE before, what is OKSE in a nutshell?
The OKSE, it's the first non-custodial wallet, means decentralized wallet, like MetaMask, like Trust Wallet, where you can enter with your seed phrase or create a new one and you receive the seed phrase but don't lose it. Of course, like now what you just said, your face is not scanning and you don't even have the codes, you got afraid, but glad that your face is still there. And it's with Visa, but you do KYC only for Visa. So people don't get it. They tell me how it's decentralized and KYCs. KYC'd only for Visa means, let's say, today you put your money in a centralized exchange. And we've recently seen some centralized exchanges that they actually locked the assets for their users and they announcing bankruptcy. And many people are receiving some untrust at the moment.
Yes.
And it's always anyways, even if there is a big centralized exchange.
Not your keys, not your crypto,
That's true, but as well, it's good for people to diversify anyway, between Ledger, decentralized wallet, between like that. So the KYC only for the Visa part. And let's say one day, for an example, so let's say you sold something on OpenSea, for an example, and the money came for you, or someone was making a joke with you, giving you money from Tornado Cash. They will look your account in centralized exchange, and they will ask about the transactions. And you don't know, and it will be really frustrating situation for you, right? Here, what will happen, because we are applying elliptic, which is the same as all the big card providers almost, where it's going to check the money source, etc. If it was coming from like money laundering or Ponzi schemes, etc., it will lock your Visa. But the assets are yours because we don't have any power to reach your wallet because it's your keys, your crypto. But the Visa will not work unless you appeal again to the questions coming from the compliance side. For the first time in history as well, OKSE is on-chain, which means every transaction is happening public. Everyone can see it. Nothing is hidden. OKSE as well doesn't have any hidden fees because everything as well on-chain. You can see it right away. If I'm doing now a transaction in the BNB chain, as soon as I buy something, let's say using BNB, BUSD, USDT, and the Binance Smart Chain, Pancake, which is Cake, Wombat, Hey, OKSE, which what we all have now, the transaction happened on spot using the Pancake swap. So, and everything is on chain. As well, OKSE for the first time in crypto history is more than 170 countries can apply for. And before, like the other card providers, either in Europe and USA. Here we're operating in all 170 countries. And we're following exactly what because our visa provider in the US and our legal opinion, everything as well from the US, so we are always sure that we follow the US compliance. So the countries that are banned, they cannot access the visa, which is around 15 maybe or something. But the rest of the world are with us.
And with a project with such infrastructure like this, obviously there's a lot of compliance requirements, regulatory.
Yeah, it took us a year and a half.
Yeah. How did a year and a half to break the barriers to entry, do you call it?
To make this product, because we wanted to be sure, because it's a very innovative idea that never been done. So we were really afraid to launch a token, blah, 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 and most likely it will fail. So as an idea. So we said, let's take it from our shoulders, on our shoulders, sorry. And we built it ourselves. We went through all the company's audits, regulatory compliance, legal opinions, funding, etc., from our own money.
Just a year and a half.
A year and a half with the tech team, with us, with everything from our own pockets. Till everything was live on a beta test, till even we launched it in Apple Store and Android. And at that time, we decided to start taking some strategic investor with us, so they can support us in the Web3, in the growth, etc. And then we launched the token maybe six days ago. And yeah, I mean, we took it on our shoulder, and we weren't really thinking it will work.
Really?
Because it's anything new, you always face
But
the challenges to make it happen.
It's still a massive need in the market because
That's why we made it. That's why we took that challenge. And we said if it didn't work and we couldn't like find that, خلاص, we're going to consider what we paid as a loss. But we fight a lot. We made it happen. And gladly it's live. You're trying it yourself.
I
right?
love it.
And everyone is trying it. You just get attached to it. Because it's just offer you, first of all, 170 countries. So people for the first time are trying it, including yourself, who can't have, or he's not like living, or a European or living in Europe or the US, while keeping the compliance side 100% done correct. And as you may know as well, many people are getting automatically rejected by the KYC providers because their KYC is not done properly.
During building of the OKSE Wallet, so what was your biggest oh shit moment?
It was almost a year and a half. Oh shit moments, every moment. Because it was a very challenge, really challenge, really challenge. I mean, company audits, etc. It's too much of a work. Even, I forgot, even big companies that they provide cards, they don't even have Apple Pay. Yeah. Big companies, I don't want to even say names, but you can check yourself. They don't have Apple Pay. We have Apple Pay, we have Google Pay, and that's as well.
This was the biggest criteria you need.
That's a big, in my opinion. We still have challenges that some countries that we are as well issuing the cards for them, they don't even have Apple Pay. That's a sad story, but hopefully by time they will start having it as well.
So it's up to like the country.
Yeah, it's not an hour. We are following what is there, the standards.
So OKSE represents the true definition of self-custody, decentralizations, your key or crypto. Would it be easier to pivot or not pivot to initially start with a centralized solution? Would it be easier in terms of implementation and legal?
No, actually, it's better, in my opinion, to keep everything on chain. Because everyone loves to see the data public. And we want people who actually worked in this space, made their gains, that they want to spend it. And nothing to be hidden. From an information, everything is on chain. And from fees, everything happening on spot. So everything, we believe in me and Tobias, which is the founder as well. I'm the co-founder. We believe that the future of the blockchain all gonna be decentralized but KYC.
So a mix of both.
Yeah. KYC for the regulatory, keeping your life privacy there, and everything is on chain.
So currently OKSE is a simple, straightforward solution. Like it does what it's supposed to do. But at the end, the consumer would appreciate more features. Any other upcoming features on the pipeline?
We at the moment support 3 blockchains. Mainly, of course, the BNB chain, since it's the largest and the biggest community, biggest builders are there. And the transactions are fast and cheap. We also support Phantom. We also support Avalanche. And next week, I'm going to give you alpha here on your YouTube.
First announcement.
We're going to add as well another blockchain that is a blockchain of another tier 1 exchange. It will be integrated inside the OKSE app. You have the daily spending limit from every blockchain is $250. If you want to go up to $50,000 a day in every blockchain, if you want, you have to stake OKSE to a certain level to unlock the spending daily limit. And that's as well unique if you compare it with the rest. So once we as well announce the other blockchain, it will be maybe up to $200,000 at some point, and every blockchain 50, 50, 50. So total will be total $200,000. But you have to stake OKSE to reach, to upgrade your limits basically. And everything is on chain.
So to the last question, and this is something everyone will be interested in. When Binance listing?
When Binance, when Coinbase, when Binance.
When Binance or Coinbase?
We are not looking for to push. We're looking for to build. Of course, as I said, the main users and the biggest users are always the BNB chain. I love Binance myself, the same as everyone else.
Show them your watch.
And I respect the Binance team. I respect the research team in Binance. I know them, many of them from a friend level. And I will always keep it as a friend level. I will never ever use like my relationship with these people or as a friend for my own gain. It will never happen. It's not in my ethics. It's not even something I know, because I consider them as a family. I've always been supporting for Binance from day one. I've never even take anything from Binance, except of course the merchants and this one. But support is a passion, and passion is, I see them building, I see them doing them. I mean, let's be honest, without Binance, I think, and the Binance ecosystem, like CoinMarketCap, etc., we will be like way behind, really way behind. And that's like chapeau for the Binance team and CZ and Hayi, the co-founder, and all the team actually. Everyone has his own value, even the Binance Angels, who as well work for free. And they are all working from the Binance Angel for free, but it's a passion. So of course, it's a dream for any project to be in Binance. But what we can do is only build, and till the time comes, of course. But as well, what OKSE will make, in my opinion, in the future, people will ask for any new project. They will ask when OKSE, because now we're having many projects. They actually want to add their own token inside OKSE as a payment, and that's as well happening for the first time, that we can enable many projects to happen on chain, and that help every blockchain because the amount of transactions happening, and as well help the dexes because the amount of sell and buy happening to purchase, etc., is happening on the DEX on spot. So we have big demand already, but we're refusing almost many of them because they need some criteria to be accepted. And yeah, one time we will all ask when OKSE. So I will ask when OKSE, not when Binance and when Coinbase.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us, Elja. That was a really informative interview. And guys, if you're interested in the OKSE wallet, just check out our review on it. We reviewed it from A to Z on how to do your KYC, its features, and yeah, enjoy the OKSE wallet. Goodbye.